Well, that didn't seem to work very well. But here we are. That transition absolutely failed on me. But oh well, oh well, oh well. So, game week 29, a blank game week 29 is upon us. And I'm joined today by none other than a Mr. Owen Brown. How we doing, fella?
Mr. Owen Brown's doing very well. How's Mr. Jobber T doing?
Mr. Diabity is doing fine. It's good. And good to see so many people getting in here so early as we approach. I mean, but we're half an hour until the deadline. So get those last minute choices. I want to see the panic of the captaincy decision, the panic of those minuses down in the chat. But why don't we just get straight on into your team, Mr. Brown, and then we will get through all of the questions that everyone has been putting in the chat already. So let me bring your team up. And, well, I mean, you can't see me anymore, but I will sort that out. You talk over it and I will sort that out.
Well, you'll soon be able to see that I've currently got 10 players who have fixtures. One of them being Heung-min Son, who, as we know, is probably unlikely to play this week. I'm still debating. I've got 2 free transfers. I'm still debating a last-minute move of Son and either Gundogan or De Bruyne for Bale and Saka.
Bale and Saka.
Yeah, because that would, providing that people like Struijk, Bamford, Holding all play, end up with 11 players being fielded, which might be, it could well be 2 or 3 more than a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, if you have an 11 for this week,
it'll certainly be like if I have 11 this week, it'd probably be like 4 players more than the average. I think I'd probably still be quite lucky, quite fortunate to get 11 out though.
Yeah, I think the main one for me is Son. I've heard stuff that I've heard like varying sources, like he might play, he might not play. It's one that's just sort of up in the air. I think Bamford is going to play. Bielsa came out and said that, like, I think he actually said he will be playing for this game. So
okay,
I think Bamford's like, I'm almost glad that almost he has that kind of mark over him, because everyone free hitting probably, may not have him, so it could be like a big one. And then if Son does end up playing, then that's like going to be a massive one that free hitters also won't have. So I think that's kind of, that would be very nice. But yeah, looking there, I think everyone in that team will play, probably bar Holding and Son. Although, Arsenal did play midweek, so they could change around the back line.
Yeah, they could. I'm hopeful because he's not played the past, I want to say, 3 games. I don't know whether that just means he's completely out of the team or that he's
going to come back in
available to be rotated in occasionally.
Yeah,
I only really brought him in for this week.
Anyway. Yeah. It's a weird one last week because they don't have any like cheap playing defenders. Not even like budget, but anything below 5 mil.
It's weird because Arsenal aren't necessarily like a hugely strong clean sheet side. So it's bizarre that they've got so many such expensive assets. It's probably just the name and the club associated with them which drives the price up. But
yeah, exactly.
It is
exactly. Odd. But not. And then the players that are below, like Holding and Chambers, obviously just don't get the game time.
I think Chambers is just constantly injured, isn't he? Because when he came back before Tierney was fit again, he seemed really good, but then he was straight out injured again.
For sure, man. My laptop right now is going absolutely berserk at this. It does not like this, but we're going to continue anyway.
I can't hear anything through here.
Good.
If that's any confidence.
So let's get through some of these questions. I can see the because I've pinned the comment.
Yeah, I can see the bottom.
I can see the bottom. Let me unpin the message. I don't know how long that's going to take because I can't actually see the question. Here is. Nice. Should I keep Son or sell him for Bale or Lucas? For me, it's just a consideration of like long term. Like for this game week, I think Lucas and Bale probably will both play. That's another thing though as well to think about for the Spurs assets is a lot of them. I mean, I think the majority of players that will play for Spurs this weekend won't have actually played very much football in the kind of games earlier on the season.
Do you think we'll see like Vinicius
Not
playing,
earlier
or
on
is
the
he
season.
just
We could.
because his son's not playing, and as they're obviously out of the Europa League now, he seemed like he was only really playing in the Europa League.
Yeah,
You
potentially.
could
I
see
mean,
him start.
you've still got like Lo Celso, Bergwijn, Moira, Dele Alli, like all of
Lamella.
these. Yeah, I mean Lamella's suspended.
Oh, of course he is.
Yeah, because he got that record. I made the same mistake. But yeah, there were plenty of players, and then the midfield, Ndombele didn't feature, Højbjerg didn't feature at the back, Alderweireld didn't feature, Reguilon only played a little bit, and Doherty only played a little bit. So I think most of that Spurs team will get rotated. So I'm not kind of too worried about captain and Kane.
Depth actually, haven't they?
Yeah, it's sort of depth of like half decent players. But yeah, it's still very good depth.
You know, their bench could easily be like a Burnley level side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think personally, in terms of a long term move, I'd definitely be holding on to Son. But if you really want someone for this week, probably go for Bale. You're doing really lots of love from India. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. Michael, how you doing? If Mezia keeps a clean sheet tonight, he breaks a Premier League record for youngest keeper to keep 10 clean sheets in a single season after Joe Hart. Leeds have not kept 9 clean sheets this season, have they?
Do we to go back and count?
I struggle. I'll just look at Leeds clean sheet. Is this across? I can maybe agree with it across all competitions.
6, 7, 8 I've counted. Maybe I miscounted, but they've definitely got at least 8 in the Premier League.
They've got at least. The thing is, we consider Leeds, but I guess because when they do concede, they concede a lot. But I've considered Leeds like a poor defensive side throughout the season. But
they've got a couple of 0-0s, a couple of 1-0s, and then plenty of like 3-1 defeats.
Yeah. It's one of them where like 8 clean sheets is still on the upper end out of like teams in the or 8 or 9 is still on the upper end of like the clean sheet tally for this season. So that's surprising, but yeah, fair play. I'll be hoping that Dallas does well tonight. I've sort of toyed with the idea of doing like a watch along. I don't know.
Okay.
Might do, might not. We'll just kind of see how it feels. I'll see the lineup. If Bamford is playing, then like I'm more likely to, because that extra level of excitement. But yeah, is a keeper a must? Will cost me -8. A keeper is definitely not a must for this week. I don't think I'd be -4ing solely in. I guess it's like what I'd say for a lot of these transfers. Like for me, I've done the Soyuncu to Tierney move because it's like an excuse for me to take a -4 for like a long-term player. So it's effectively like a -2 if he plays. If according to L Taylor anyway.
Yeah, I suppose that's right.
And then
equally,
if it's someone
if you're
gone,
if you're -4ing any Man City player over the next 5 game weeks, all they have to do is play every game and do nothing, and you make your -4 back, right?
Yeah, that's true because they blanked both times.
City are missing out on 2 games.
And I can see a lot of Gundogan rotation. I can see there's going to be a lot of rotation at the back as well. So already say Gundogan from game week 28 to 33 in 6 game weeks, he's guaranteed because he's already blanked 1, he's guaranteed to have blanked in at least half of them, which is kind of mad. So yeah, that's why Gundogan's kind of gone for me this week. But yeah, Smith. Actually, let me bring my team up quickly. Transition the thing. It's a little bit quick, but there we are. Here's the team. So I do have a full 11 that's potentially I can play. The main doubt I think is Son, and I brought in Smith Rowe. He did play midweek in the Europa League, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him benched. He was more. There was
a chunk of time in the Premier League games where he played quite a lot in a row, though. So I think it's still possible that he plays.
Yeah, yeah. I'm expecting him to like, you know, if he doesn't start, to at least he tends to at least come off the bench if he doesn't start. Um,
Yeah,
so like
I mean, 1 point's better than no points.
exactly. I'm this week like a 1 pointer could could be a rank increase genuinely. um,
Yeah,
so yeah,
your captain
I
getting 2 points is very nice. Getting three
yeah.
points is a bit of a flex.
Yeah, three. Yeah, I'm genuinely hoping that the like Smith Rowe starts, and the West Ham Arsenal game is 0-0, because then I get a 3 pointer from Smith Rowe, Smith 3 pointer from Lingard, probably 9 points from Creswell, 8 from Tierney. We'll go for a 7 from Leno, because I've got
This is
the
sounding pretty unfair.
the double Arsenal defense. That's my main debate this week. I actually have a benching headache, as it were. Martinez or Leno, and I've got Leno just because I've got Captain Kane, so I thought may as well like just put me
Yeah,
eggs
you
in a
can't
basket.
captain Kane and
Um,
and have Martinez in there. Yeah.
so
What
that's
are your
kind of
thoughts
what I'm going through.
on my decision? Because I think out of De Bruyne and Gundogan, I've decided that De Bruyne should probably make way.
You
And
reckon?
it's been quite nice to have him for like that short period of time where I could captain him on that
Yeah,
big week last the week. Um, I'll I can obviously still change with Gundogan, but if I swap Son out and Gundogan, then I've lost so much value in both those players from owning
yeah.
them
I
quite low
think
prices.
for me, like the value in Gundogan isn't as much of a problem because I don't think you want him back in, but I can see you wanting Son back in, so I think that value kind of does matter a little bit. Um,
Yeah,
So yeah, I
like
I, I think De Bruyne and Gundo, like either one, basically. I don't think Gundo is really going to do anything till the rest of the season. Um,
no, I don't. I imagine he'll probably get another goal, another assist throughout the
mm,
remaining how many weeks it is. What week on 29 coming up to?
yeah, yeah,
Maybe we'll
around
get another
29.
couple of goals, but like
Hmm.
it's not going to be like a crazy thing that you have to be the party of.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I agree with you with that.
Right, let's start rolling through some of these comments. So, Son out for a hit, worth it, or just keep him for 30? I'm personally in the boat of keep him for 30, and he could potentially play this week. What do you think, Son? Take out Son for a minus, because I know you're debating taking out Son for a free transfer, but for a minus.
Uh, it's hard. It depends who you're bringing in for him,
Mm.
because
Yeah,
I'm
I
assuming you're
think
bringing in
definitely.
someone who's going to play this week. But like like Bale is more expensive than Son now.
Mm.
You'll probably lose some on the margin difference between them anyway from what you bought it from. And as you say, if you're going to want Son back in the future, you might end up losing zero point 0.5 just to not have him in 1 week.
Yeah, and I think as well there is a real like a realistic potential that Bale gets 1 point this week.
Yeah, it's a completely realistic potential to get one
Um,
point. And what's more is that he could get 0 points, might not even play.
hmm
Like I think the tricky thing is that you like most people won't field like 11 players. Most people will probably be fielding somewhere between sort of like 7 and 10.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think you just want to have the majority of the big hitters, whether like the players
100%.
like Kane, Bamford, Watkins, Antonio, who
Mm.
are
Just
high owned,
the high
allowing
owned
you to get
players.
some
Yeah,
points.
exactly.
Exactly. Um, I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people have transferred Son out. I can't. Let me check how many it is. It's on. Yeah, got
Mm.
close to 700,000 as we
Yeah.
speak. He's still 45% owned. There's
Mm.
still a lot of people. So if he does play, if he doesn't play, you're probably still in the same boat. I don't think it's going to change your score that much unless whoever you're planning on replacing him with has a crazy week.
Yeah,
So
very true.
I'd say probably not for a hit.
Captain Dallas. I don't mind Captain Dallas. I think that Dallas, Leeds could, if they're going to play a team, they're going to probably keep a clean sheet against Fulham. I don't necessarily see Fulham scoring. They've been good defensively, but not that great going forward. And Dallas, has a decent potential of scoring or getting an assist. So, yeah, I don't mind the Dallas captain. Start Martinez or Areola, given the current Spurs form. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like current Spurs form, I guess it's just like Martinez is one for the ownership, so he's very like I'd say less risky in terms of that perspective if you're looking at like your rank. With the Spurs form, if you have Kane captain, though, I'd just be going Areola. But then I guess if you've got loads of Leeds assets, it's like it's a tough choice, but probably still would lean towards Areola. Look on FPL sites. Thoughts on Captain Lucas Moira this week? That's hella punty. That is hella punty. Don't even know really if he's going to start. I think he played 120 minutes midweek as well. So I think, yeah, you summed it up very nicely there. Brave is definitely the word I would use. Personally, not for me, but fair enough if you do it. Dennis Dellingham in for... It's just... is that a player? I don't think that's a player.
I've never heard of him. I think you made that up.
Yeah. Dennis Dellingham, yeah, take the -4. Go for it. No, I just realised... Vestergaard, because he's amazing. No. Vestergaard is still on the...
looking at my team then.
Vestergaard's still there, man. Vestergaard's still there. Unbelievable fixtures. Looking forward to owning him. Although I do have a couple of benching headaches coming up, but that's, that'll be that for that game week. Better to have the game week than to have stinky players. That was the team. Son to Lingard -4 long term. Actually, did I miss out? I've had Barnes sitting on my bench. Is he worth the hit for Lingard? Not sure I came to that one. Potentially so, yeah. I mean, if Lingard's someone you want long term, then I really don't mind the move, like at all.
Was this for a hit?
Yeah, for a -4. But then that's what I'm saying. If he's going to be playing Lingard for the rest of the season, then you'll make the points up comfortably just by him playing. I don't know when Barnes is meant to be back. If he's meant to be back after the international break, then there's a case for keeping him. But I still don't mind it for this week. Son to Lingard -4 long term and have Bale plus Kane. If you already have Bale plus Kane, I don't know. It's a hard one because I'd still rather do Bale to Lingard, but then Bale plays this week and Son doesn't play this week probably. The -4, that's tough. I'd probably not -4, to be honest. Probably just stick with what you've got, because there's a half potential that Son could play. But then if Lingard's someone you really want long term, then potentially, but I probably wouldn't be doing that. There was some Rafinha captain and pick between Watkins or Bamford. I'm playing free hit. Rafinha captain and pick between Watkins or Bamford. I'm playing free hit. Rafinha captain, one of those could go very well. There's very few captaincy choices this week. There's actually Kane is the main one. I'm guessing you're going to captain Kane, Owen.
I am.
Yeah, and I think if Kane scores, and you don't have him captained, bye overall rank basically. See you later.
Yeah, it's tricky waters. I think it's the kind of week where a rogue differential captaincy choice which pays off will help you a lot.
Yeah.
The ones but straying away from the pack, where where majority of people are going to captain Kane if they own him, and if you don't captain him and you're captain blank, then it will really hurt you. So I think you should be confident on your decision, whatever it is.
100%. You just got to back yourself if you're going to do it. And then pick between Watkins or Bamford. Bamford for me. Should I get Lingard for Son for -4? Yeah, I mean, see this move. It's not personally for me. I like Lingard, I really do, but I just think to jump off Son at the minute is just, it's not the one for me. I think you're literally come game week 30, you're gonna want him back straight away. And West Ham do play against Arsenal. It's not it's not as though they can't score, but it's also not the easiest fixture. And although I own Lingard, I'm not necessarily I'm expecting a 2-pointer realistically. But yeah, Lingard's definitely not a bad option. I just think you're going to be left wanting, especially for a -4. If it's a free transfer, then I don't mind it. But for -4 to then go and want him back like straight away the week after. Not for me. Who should I captain? Kane, Bale, or Dunk? I go with your gut there. I'm going with Kane, a high ownership. Think he's going to do all right against Villa. Villa have actually been they've not actually been like defensive. Their expected goals conceded is quite high at the minute. It's just Martinez is at like saving them. So, yeah, I reckon Spurs can score a few past them. I'm benching Bruno, Diaz, and Cancelo for Diaz, Dunk, and who else? Bruno Diaz and Cancelo ain't gonna play anyway, so I don't think
it doesn't matter who you bench.
Yeah, I don't think it particularly matters.
One thing which I will note about this week is usually you see like, bench one of these three.
Yeah.
Quite a lot in the chat most weeks.
None of that.
See that this week.
All of this is just like -4 for who do I -4? Who do I -8?
Yeah. I think, bearing in mind that the average of the week is probably going to be less than 40. It is most likely going to be less than 30 as well. -4 points is a big percent of that. If the average is 40 and you -4, then you're 10% behind everyone. The average.
Yeah. Nah, 100%.
So I think it's probably not worth it.
Yeah,
one week.
For me, like the -4 for this week.
The way you've done it is that you're -4 for an excuse to bring in a long-term asset rather than someone who you want to play this week. Lingard, you're only bringing, like most of the people who decide to bring in Lingard are only bringing him in because he's playing this week. They don't care about his future, right?
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%.
So if you're bringing him in as a long-term asset, I think that has more, has a bigger case for taking -4s. But I don't see much of a point in taking -4s to have playing players this week.
100%, man.
I think I'm gonna go just straight KDB to Bale this week.
Ooh. KDB to Bale. You have it here live. The transfers.
Bale's gonna go up in price, or has he just gone up in price? No, he's gonna go up in price today. And KDB only lost 0.1 on him, and whatever. Yeah, confirm.
There you have it. KDB to Bale has happened. I really do like the Bale pick as well. Like the triple up, I don't know. It's something I was debating. I just felt like I looked at my team and I was like, hold on. If I bring in Bale for Gundogan, like every week going forward now, I'm going to be benching potentially even like 2 players that I'm going to want to play. So although I'd like Bale, it's just like I need to like extract some money out of Gundogan, and then potentially I can go Lingard to Bale in the future, but then it won't leave me with like a massive benching headache this week, or in the future weeks.
I think the fortunate situation which I'm in is I've got the 2 free transfers and I'm only using 1. So in future weeks I'll still have 2 free transfers. So I don't have to keep him for very long if I don't want to. If you've got these free transfers, then you've got the room to build your team for this week or make some changes for this week.
100%. Having the 2 free transfers for this week is really nice. It gets me up to like a potential 11, which that could be massive, to be honest. Right, we've got 7 minutes, so to roll on through these. Lingard or Trossard? Lingard long term, Trossard free hit. That's what I'd do. Captain Dunk. I mean, it's a no from me, but I don't think Newcastle, with the potential of Callum Wilson playing, if he does come back, you can see Newcastle scoring. So,
is ASM back?
No, I don't know. Like, it's still Almiron and ASM are still out. I think so.
Exactly. Yeah, the whole front 3 is out or questionable.
Oh no, yeah, like a bright.
And at the best of times, it's still Newcastle.
A Brighton defence, I'd 100% like.
Yeah.
Go for.
Dunk or anyone?
No. I was looking at it.
I'm afraid of Dunk.
Really?
See, I went for the cheaper option. I went with Ben White.
I like the White pick.
Will play.
I like the White pick.
And he's cheaper, but I'm afraid of Dunk.
I think for me that's one thing that's like my overall rank. If Brighton do end up keeping a clean sheet, could drop quite a bit, not from having like a Brighton defender. Captain Dunk, like personally, I wouldn't go there. but like completely fair enough if you do. It's not the worst captaincy for this week for sure. Making three transfers.
I thought that's the kind of thing which I could see paying off.
Yeah, 3 transfers, pick from Bale, Alba, Dunk, Creswell, Dallas, Lingard, Trossard. My word. Creswell, 100%. Dallas, let's have it. The last one, Aubameyang's quite punty. If like 100% he was going to play over the next 5 weeks, I'd go for him. Lingard's not bad long term. Bale, if you don't have Son, then like I like Bale. So yeah, Creswell and Dallas, 100%, and then just go with who you like for the rest of them. What do you think? Trossard in for Gundo for a hit to go in bench in case Son doesn't play. So if you're bringing in Trossard for a hit, just for him to kind of sit on the bench, that's a no from me. I don't think it's worth it, and you're not going to want Trossard going forward either. For a hit, yeah, probably not for me. Madja or Mitrovic? Madja. Who's a better option, Dawson or Soufal? Ooh, I like Soufal, but Dawson, you can grab a goal. I probably still lean towards Soufal.
Is Dawson slightly cheaper as well?
I think a little bit, yeah. I think it's, yeah, he's a little bit cheaper.
At this point in the season, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah. It's a 50-50, to be honest. I think either way, like,
a lot of us
the main thing
for a long time.
Yeah,
I think in that time he maybe got 1 assist.
Yeah, I think the main thing between them is just like it is the clean sheet points, like, and then maybe a lucky goal either way. So that it's just a 50-50 minus. But my word, -12 for Veltman, Kane, and Lookman. Jesus, I like Kane, but if you can get Kane in to captain him for just a -4, then like yes, but then on top of that, like another -8 for Veltman and Lookman. Nope.
See, I know that you're not Lookman's biggest fan. You always turn your nose up when you see people saying Lookman, but I've seen Lookman's name a lot in the past. I don't know.
I think you were the same. You already brought that up to me, saying that like you haven't really seen what he's done.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
like I always see people talking about Lookman, but I've never seen exactly what they want from him or what they're expecting from him. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, he's got 1 attack in return in the past 11 games to give you a bit of to give you some stats. Yeah. So yeah,
in the whole season, he's had 2 double-digit hauls. Like it's.
Yeah,
that's not the kind of player which you think, oh, I'll -4 for him. Because
I think it's just like the price combined with like, oh, he's a bit of a differential and he's an attacking player, and he also looks like he is a bit of a baller as well. So yeah,
I think it's purely bandwagon hype on the Lookman thing, because if you -4 to get him in, he almost certainly will not pay that back.
Right,
that's the issue.
2 minutes and there's a tiny delay on the stream, so I'm literally going to roll through these.
Yeah, go right ahead.
If you had to pick a really out there weird captain for this week, who will it be? Any player, not just ones you own. Aubameyang. Aubameyang for me out there. If he ends up playing, could smash it.
I saw that in the chat.
I've got Son and Gundo, a free transfer. What do I do? I'd say Gundogan out. Any like. You could go like Lingard, Saka, Smith Rowe, any midfielders around that I quite like. Son personally, I'm just of the opinion that Son's still a keeper. What's your ranked target? I'm around 500k as well. I don't know how differential to go on a wildcard. Ranked target to get kind of somewhere around the 100k. To go differential. I wouldn't go too differential. I still think you need to have like the base of players in your team to be able to like catch up. You don't. You can end up leaving yourself like slipping a lot. Areola on Martinez for the kind of like safety of the overall ownership, but Areola probably has more potential. Son to Lingard -4. Want him long term and want to get rid of triple Spurs attack. Yeah, completely fair, man. If Bale's going to play this week, could do well. Stones or Cancelo for Dawson. It's like a 50-50 between those two, really, isn't it? What do you think? Stones or Cancelo? I'd probably go, I don't know, Stones. I still feel like Cancelo's got more upside. Even though Stones has been... Yeah, he has been scoring, so it's a bit like...
I'd say probably Cancelo for Dawson, just based on the fact that Stones is probably slightly more likely to play more, like 1 more game out of the remaining 9.
Yeah, for sure, man. And by my watch, that is time. That is time.
All your panicking is done now, boys. All right, screenshots in the chat.
Get them screenshots in the chat.
I've just noticed now that someone in my other league got 78 points last week, which is already mad. But they only got 78 points because they captained Sterling, he didn't play, and they vice-captained Stones.
Really? Yeah, I had someone who had the same. Mate, you know the guy I'm always on about?
They had Messi on the bench. They could have had a 90-pointer.
My man, Captain Gundogan and Vice-Captain Vardy. Vardy got 13 points. Jesus. Oh, have you seen what Dave's done as well?
What's that?
Oh, I didn't say. Penguin, how you doing, fella? Sorry, if you are still here, hello. I completely missed that message. But how you doing if you are still here? I was just trying to roll through them. Dave has brought in Ward Prowse and Che Adams this week.
That is something. You know, Che Adams, I've decided I don't like Che Adams now.
You don't like him now. He's Scottish.
I owned him
He's Scottish
so
now,
long.
isn't he?
I held him for so long.
He's Scottish.
Sorry, what did you say?
He's Scottish, apparently. Yeah, but he's been called up to the. He's been called up to the Scottish national team.
Oh, I thought it was English.
I think as well.
No, I believe you. That's just what I thought.
No, as in like I thought he was as well. Captain Trossard locked. That's a massive differential there. Yeah, I don't know whether that's just because he's never knows he's never going to get into the English side, but I don't know how I'd feel about that. Like whether I would play for Scotland being an Englishman.
Kelsey's going for Jamaica.
Yeah.
For similar reasons of probably not being able to break into the.
Yeah, it's a little bit like because of that rivalry, I guess, between England and Scotland. I don't know whether personally I would want to represent Scotland being English.
I don't know. I think I wouldn't see a huge issue with that. I mean, you see plenty of players at a club level who play for their rival club, as you were.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's I guess the main thing is like if you can. Like you dream of going to an international tournament. If you can just get there with a team, like the Euros or the World Cup, and say, I played in the World Cup, I played in the Euros. Like that's a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck everyone to this for this coming game week. We'll do. There's not many score predictions to do, but we'll do them. We'll transfer over into that. Look quickly, Dylan, what have you got to say? Thoughts on my UCL transfers already? Sterling to Jota, Dahoud to Mount, Chesney to Mendy, and Koundé to Nat Phillips. Jeez. So you've already done those. When does because I saw the fixture. Have you followed much of the Champions League?
I actually missed the last deadline. I knew I'd do it at some point. But midweek, like mid-game week last week, I made transfers for the next one. I don't know when the next ones are, though. Because
I saw the fixtures, and we've got some, obviously all the teams left are, good teams. Porto, still going. That Felipe... I looked on FIFA yesterday, and that Felipe Anderson card's looking rather tidy.
Is it now?
They're still going. 87 rated Felipe, though. I'm trying to see the fixtures. I can't remember. Was it BT who did? But there is I know there's Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern, which is naughty. That is naughty.
Just a new final, isn't it?
That is that was the final last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, those. I think those moves are calmed in, and I'm probably just gonna wait until I actually figure out when the deadline is, and then we'll see. Mashama, Mr. Stream, no. So Mo's coming in with the Fulham Leeds prediction. Fulham 0, Leeds 0. What do you think the Fulham Leeds game is going to be?
I think Leeds will probably win. Either 1-0 or 3-0.
You see, I've started doing these. Is like my FPL prediction and my real prediction, just so that like, because normally my predictions will definitely be marred by what I want to happen in FPL.
Yeah.
So in terms of FPL, just want Leeds winning this one. So like a good 3-0. Realistically, I think I went for like a 1-1, maybe like Leeds being the side to edge it. So like 1-1, 2-1 Leeds. I just think Fulham are going to be quite nervous for this game because they'll see it as one they should win. Or like, not should, but have the potential to win. And I just think the pressure of like that Leeds put on teams is going to get to... I can just see them like slipping up at the back, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I can see happening. So Dylan going with 2-1. 2-1 Leeds. Liam going to please God let Fulham and Newcastle win. Yeah, I mean, I'd take a Newcastle dub. Fulham, not. I mean, no, thank you. I'd like to. I'd like all the. Even though there's only like 4% of them, I feel like all of those 4% are just people on Twitter because like. I see so much, like, considering only 4% own him, I see so much talk about him. Like you were saying. So, yeah. I think that Leeds hopefully will go big. Go big. Brighton, Newcastle, a dry affair. Not necessarily a dry affair. I think it actually will be a decent game, but in terms of both sides...
It'll be a good game of football, but I think the scoreline will not be representative of that.
Both teams will be absolutely bricking it because neither will want to lose this game.
That's true, yeah.
Because, like, whichever team loses, like, if a team loses, it will have massive implications on them for, like, the relegation battle. Especially if Fulham, like, win tonight, it piles the pressure onto these teams like, massively.
Absolutely.
I think, like, in terms of the relegation battle, the most interesting results would just be, like, a draw in the Fulham-Leeds game and a draw in the Brighton-Newcastle game because it keeps everything so tightly packed, like, no team kind of runs away with it at all. Whereas if Brighton win, they then open up, like, a little bit of a gap, I think.
If Brighton and Leeds win, what does the table then look like? Is it almost just set in stone who's going down then almost?
No, because Newcastle and Fulham are like 1 point. Newcastle are 2 points above Fulham. Brighton are currently 3 points above, so if they win and Fulham lose, they create like a 6-point gap. Right. Which, like, it isn't loads, but it's still like a decent amount.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dunk 4, Lascelles 1, so... Not even Brighton for Newcastle one, just dunk 3 Lascelles. Keegan going with a 3-0 Leeds. Pretty sure you're a Newcastle fan, Keegan. So how are you feeling ahead of this Brighton game? Yeah, I'd be nervous to be honest. I'll sacrifice FPL to get Brighton down. Fuck Brighton. Now the thing is, it's one of them. It's like I wouldn't mind Brighton going down. Like I'd find that funny, but also, it is also a game I look forward to going to each year. So
yeah, if you've not got your rival, then it's like you'll just be replaced by like another team you just don't care about.
Who's Batman without the Joker? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So right.
So
exactly what I was thinking.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind, but I find it funny Brighton going down. Especially after I think we've done the double over them this season. I know we've beat them and drawn, so we got a 4-pointer over them. So yeah, big man Benteke. Even though I think Benteke needs to see a benching, but he's got 3 weeks to whatever's happened there. Brighton 2, Newcastle 1. Wilson and Fraser back. Dunk owner. Yeah, let's have it. Wilson and Fraser. That old combination. I want to see that pop up. I want to get that notification of Fraser and Wilson. Thank you very much. Kobe coming with 2-1 to Leeds. I think, yeah, a lot of people are kind of agreeing that Leeds are going to probably win this one. 2-1, so neither side keeping a clean sheet. This is your terrified. Jeez, man. Jeez. Yeah, I'd be, shitting it, to be honest. Brighton have actually looked all right recently as well, and Newcastle don't have their main attacking asset, so 0-0 is probably what you're hoping for. Plus, have fun though, innit? Yeah, it would be funny. Plus, we've honestly, both times we played Brighton, we were absolute shite. Like, genuinely awful. And we still came away with the points. So, yeah, Brighton-Newcastle. Did you go for the score?
The score last time Leeds and Fulham played was 4-3.
Yeah, right at the start of the season. Mitrovic brace, bring it. Bamford was... he wasn't banging him in. He got like an assist and two... He got 2 assists and a goal, I think.
I'd be over the moon with 2 assists and a goal.
So he was turning some heads. Then Hammers. So did you say your Brighton Newcastle score?
Me? I think Brighton might win 1-0, but it could also be 0-0.
0-0, 1-0. Yeah, so Brighton will be the team to nick it, but 0-0 is fair. West Ham, Arsenal. What are we saying?
I think Arsenal probably win 2-1.
2-1.
I do see West Ham scoring, just because they never look like they will not score.
Yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing. I'd want a clean sheet either way, ideally. Although I'd much rather that way go Arsenal's way. With how I've set my team up. But to be fair, I think Creswell still attacking returns, he's very good for them. Tierney attacking returns, he's good for them. Smith Rowe hasn't really been that great for attacking returns. So, my realistic expectation of Smith Rowe is a 2-pointer. So, I'm not too disappointed either way. And then if West Ham are going to score, Lingard,
Lingard Cresswell link up be nice.
Getting the goal would 100% be absolutely wonderful.
I think over the last 12 game weeks, West Ham have only been shut out twice. So I think it's pretty likely that they score a goal.
They scored against City as well, didn't they?
They did. They just look like a hungry team.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, they're gunning for it as well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling through these teams, trying to see what people have done. I'm just glad. It's just nice having all of my players have a fixture, although probably all of them won't play.
I think I'll probably have between 9 and 11 players. Just very nice. This week.
I'll probably have 10 players that at least get me 1 point.
That's good. That's very good.
I'll take that. I missed out here. Hammers 3-1. Lingardinho hat trick.
I'll take it.
I don't mind if I do a Lingard hat trick. That'd be all right. Nearly captain Lingard, but changed my last minute. Yeah, I think that's probably the right decision. More times than not, that captaincy will pay off, if you know what I mean. So, the majority of the time, Kane will get you more points and will at least not get you a rank decrease that he would have done if you'd have captained Lingard. So, what score were you guys? You going 2-1 Arsenal for that one?
I think 2-1 Arsenal.
I feel like 2-1 generally is quite a popular score in predictions.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it's saying is that you don't think either team will keep a clean sheet, but you still think this team will win.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have to be by a big margin. I think that's the only reason why people sort of guess it.
Yeah.
Because you'll make a big thing of it now, but when we get to the Villa Spurs game, I was also going to predict that to be 2-1 in Spurs' favour.
Yeah, completely fair enough, man. I'm gonna FPL wise 0-0, unbelievable, but I'd probably give Arsenal the win here. So a 2-0 Arsenal, I'd be happy with, and then Aston Villa Spurs.
Is that your FPL prediction, or is that your realistic prediction?
No, I do think Arsenal will shut out West Ham in this game. I actually see it happening. Just because of the way they've been defending lately. I think when they have Partey, David Luiz, Gabriel, Leno, Tierney as their base at the back, they're actually really solid from what I've been seeing. It's just been a couple of stupid mistakes that have led to goals. And that's not going to happen every game.
They're not a strong clean sheet side. is worth saying.
No, generally, but like it's a new team is that's what I'm buying into basically. It's a new kind of setup.
But
since what was it, game 22, they've not had a clean sheet. They've conceded goals. They've conceded 2 to West Ham. Sorry, 2 to Wolves. 2 to Leeds, 1 to Burnley. I can absolutely see West Ham scoring a goal.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Yeah. 2-1 West Ham. Kobe's going with Villa Spurs. I do think Spurs take the win here. Although they played pretty poorly midweek and got knocked out of the Europa League, basically, I can see them kind of bouncing back in this game. I think a lot of players that played in that game won't play in this game, apart from probably Kane and Reece. I see everyone else actually getting rotated, so I think there'll be a lot of fresh players, fresh legs going into this game. And I think Aston Villa will concede. I'm going to go with 3-1. I'm going to 1-up your 2-1 and go with 3-1 Spurs.
I think that's still fair.
Yeah, I can see Spurs conceding though. I can.
Like, Villa don't often concede more than 2 goals or more than 1 goal for that matter.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Just with how good Martinez is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, see it happening. Anyway, we've that's the deadline stream for this game week. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Kobe coming in with a 3-1 Spurs at the end. Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. Yeah, don't forget to hit that like button on the stream. Subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you very much, Mr. Owen, for joining me. And we'll catch you soon. We are off. There's the international break, so I don't know. I might do some kind of stream next week. We'll see kind of how it's getting on. Probably won't be as much content as usual, just because there's not really as much to talk about because there is an international break. But we'll be back for the Gameweek 30 preview and deadline. But yeah, hope everyone has a good game week. And quick last question: do you think Bale will start? I can see him maybe starting, but I don't think he's going to get too many minutes. He might scrape a 60 minutes, but it's Bale, X Factor, could easily go and score. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and we'll catch you in a bit. See ya.
Bye bye.